What it costs for treatment if you're in a car wreck. Hey folks, I'm Dr. Jeff Williams with Creekstone Integrated Care right here in beautiful Amarillo, Texas, and I'm coming to you again this week talking about what it costs to get treatment if you've been unfortunate enough to be in a car wreck. That's no fun. Now here's a hint though. I got some really good news for you. People these days are very aware of the high cost of going to the doctor. It doesn't seem to matter which doctor you visit in particular. There is a price at the end of the visit, typically. Or is there? And by now, we all understand that MRIs are expensive, up to $5,000 in some areas. It is absolutely understandable that patients, well, they're not in any big hurry to simply jump off the deep end when it comes to being taken care of if they've been in a car wreck. Many times, patients will delay getting treatment for fear of running up a huge healthcare bill that they're afraid they're going to be paying off for years. This is really understandable. And while this is a very legitimate fear, in the case of a car wreck, there's usually not nearly as much to worry about with regards to the finances as a person might imagine. So let's start by talking about experience, okay? Why should you even care what I say? Well, admittedly, I am biased, but I want you to start your healthcare journey right here with me, with my staff here at Creekstone Integrated Care. And here's why. I have advanced certification in whiplash biomechanics and traumatology from the Spine Institute in San Diego, California. I've been recognized as an expert in whiplash at the district court level, and I am the only fellowship-trained orthopedic chiropractor in all of West Texas down to the Mexico border. In addition, we have treated car wreck patients for 15 years and dealt with their attorneys and car insurance companies and all of that stuff all along the way. We know what we're doing. We have the education, the knowledge, and the experience to guide you, treat you, and help you every step of the way. Next, let's dive into costs. Let's get into the nuts and bolts, shall we? If you've never been to a chiropractor, then you don't know. But chiropractic consistently outpaces usual medical care and physical therapy in the categories of patient outcomes. Patient outcomes means the patients are happy with their recovery, they're happy with their care. So we typically outpace usual medical care and physical therapy in patient outcomes, patient satisfaction, and in pricing, which is what we're here to talk about. From personal experience, I can share with you an example. I had a difficult car wreck case that I decided to refer to a local physical therapist several years ago. I thought, well, maybe they've got a piece of the puzzle I just don't have. Sometimes we don't have all of the answers, right? And while I'm certain that the physical therapist did a very professional job and was more than capable in co-managing this case with me, the simple fact is that at the end of the day, that PT ran up a bill on that patient in only 1 week, 7 days, that it would have taken me over 3 months to compile. Wow! You can say that that was the end of me referring car wreck patients out to a physical therapist like that. Not that they didn't do a good job, strictly based on cost. So it's more cost effective to visit an evidence-based, patient-centered chiropractor following a car wreck, one that knows what they're doing. In addition, chiropractors are literal experts in neuromusculoskeletal pain, pain in the spine, and pain following car wrecks. It is a perfect combination. Now, what about the actual bill, the money involved? Like I said from the top, I have some great news for the car wreck patients when we're talking about the actual finances and the coverage involved. There is almost always coverage for those involved in car wrecks, almost always. In fact, typically, the cost to the patient is zero to be treated and evaluated. Not just treated on the first day, but treated for the car wreck case for several months if needed. The different types of coverage can include personal injury protection, which is also shortened to PIP. So personal injury protection, or PIP, is insurance that you pay for already every month. It's insurance that is included in your car insurance payment, and it is coverage every American with car insurance has, unless they have specifically denied the coverage when they purchased the car insurance. PIP is available for the patient regardless of whether it was your fault or whether it was somebody else's fault. And PIP, usually there's $2,500, $5,000, even up to $10,000 in PIP coverage if you need it. And again, it doesn't matter whose fault the wreck was. So that's pretty exciting about PIP. Go get seen, okay? Another payer on car wrecks could be third-party insurance. This is not confusing. Hold with me just a sec. When the car wreck is not your fault, third party is the insurance of the other person's car. So the person who was at fault, their insurance is responsible to cover the costs of your care, and their insurance is referred to as third-party care. Okay? Now, another way of paying for care is through a personal injury attorney. And while not everyone is in a hurry to go out and find an attorney to hire, sometimes when the car wreck wasn't your fault and the third-party payer is being a little bit difficult, an attorney is the next reasonable step. And when you hire an attorney after a car wreck, the attorney typically sends what is called a letter of protection to your health care providers, and that guarantees payment for your health care bills. And for this reason, the health care provider sees the patient at no upfront cost to the patient. At the conclusion of the case, the attorney will settle up with the health care provider's bills. Again, treatment typically costs nothing to the patient. Now keep in mind, not all personal injury attorneys are created equally. Some are definitely better than others. And for this reason, if you're in the Amarillo, Texas area, we're more than happy to help guide you in the process. We've dealt with our local and statewide attorneys for well over a decade, and we know the good and we know the bad. We know the ones that actually do value their clients, and we know the ones that talk a big game on TV but don't really know their clients' names or what the inside of a courtroom even really looks like. We know the ones that aren't afraid to mix it up and go sue an insurance company for not fulfilling their obligations. And we know the ones that don't just go and take all of your PIP money. Hint, some of their names are names you may have never even heard of. Now, we can give you some excellent recommendations for local attorneys' offices to help you narrow down the field. Then, at the end of the day, you can make a better, more informed decision for yourself as to whether you need an attorney or not. And if you decide that you do need one, you'll have a good solid list to guide your way. The point is that if you've been in a car wreck, especially a car wreck in Amarillo, Texas, Creekstone Integrated Care is your first stop. We are your clinic for your car wreck treatment here in Amarillo. If you're watching me on YouTube, please take just a second and hit that subscribe button and share this video. I promise you, someone that you know and love needs this information. Guaranteed. If you're watching on Facebook, please take half of a second and hit the like and then hit the share buttons. People come from all around to see us here at Creekstone. If you're in the Amarillo, Texas area, or you're going to be passing through and you need to be evaluated and treated, why don't you give us a call right now at 806-355-3000. We look forward to hearing from you, and I'll be back next week with another brand new video.